Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Super Paper Mario. I am Mega400, and last time we were heading into the Floro Caverns after finding Cudge, the Hammer Pixel. I do apologize for how long it took to get this video out. I had a few recording issues of sorts, and just in general, I've been busy and I've had a hard time finding a good time to record, so I do apologize for this project and Harvest Moon for both of them being delayed. But I am back now with more of this and a Crag in the Dark. This whole half of a chapter, I don't mind it, but I like the music a lot, but I don't know, I guess the dark atmosphere doesn't, it's kind of meh for me. Now I do apologize, right here you will see a quality drop, and I had a mistake made during recording, so I had to improvise. But either way, there is someone talking to us, and it is a Flint Cragley. Flint Cragley is basically the standard explorer, bumbling explorer of the Paper Mario franchise. In Paper Mario, it was Colorado. In TTYD, it was Flavio, and in this game is Flint Cragley. Flint Cragley is definitely more competent than Flavio, but I still prefer Colorado over him, since he's a little bit more annoying too. Colorado was just funny. This guy is kind of probably a little bit more competent than Colorado in an extent, but the thing with Colorado is, and this guy also shows it, Colorado is the only one who was brave. This guy is also kind of cowardly, though less so than Flavio. Flavio was just a disgrace to man. Anyway, he's Flint, best Crag trotter of our time, and he has a TV show. So he pretended to be kidnapped to get into the caves, but his crew is gone. So we had to find his crew in order to proceed through this level. So yeah. And again, I do apologize about the quality, and also the music is now gone. This is just, I had a really bad, I made a really dumb mistake while recording, and as a result, I had to do that. So I do apologize for that, and I hope none of you throw rabid chipmunks at me for that. Either way, though, let's continue on with the level. So yeah, this half a chapter is, I mean, again, I like the music. I think I don't really like dark-looking levels all that much. I mean, there's people who say that Galaxy, they like Galaxy because of the space levels. I don't know. I always dealt, besides maybe the Space Junk Galaxy, or the one that, is it Space? Yeah, Space Junk Galaxy from Galaxy, the original Galaxy. I usually don't like the space levels. I don't know. I like the colorful levels more. Space can be quite beautiful. I don't disagree, but oh, and there you saw, that was a Floro, I think Floro Cragon. Basically, there are Cragons who have a sprout on their head, and the sprout makes it so that they are going to attack you. However, they're unique because if you attack them, instead of gaining points when you usually kill an enemy, you lose points because they're actually, you know, good guys. They're just being mind controlled. So you want to avoid them. You don't want to attack them. If you do, you get, you know, you'll lose. I don't know if you'll lose your level up privileges. You might, like, I never experienced leveling down before. Here we have some future piranha plants. I always hate them. They're kind of good to take out with Bowser. Bowser's very useful because he can, with Carry, he can jump and shoot fire, which is pretty useful for taking care of piranha plants at this point in the game. And the issue with hammering, using the hammer in this game is, as you can see right now, it's kind of hard to aim, at least for me. I never like using Cudge because it's hard to aim. He's good for taking out Buzzy Beetles, but he's, you know, I usually like range attacks personally, or jumping, because jumping is much more easy to easy to use in my opinion. And here we have a trolley ride, or a cart ride. Kind of reminiscent of Super Mario RPG when you do that cart ride. Not exactly, but I like this. I like the music that plays during here, but they use, I don't want to say too much, and all it is just you going through it. Make sure to flip there, otherwise you'll just end up at a dead end. But yeah, these these parts of the game are just kind of pointless because you can't control anything besides that one flip area. So it's just watching Mario go up and down and all around, which is interesting, but not, you know, all that amazing either. So I almost feel like they could have included less of them, or had you do something during the cart rides would have been fun. That's the one thing that well, I was gonna say I noticed, or well, it doesn't really apply to this game because it's a platform, but like, one thing I like about Mario and Luigi games is there's a lot of, and even Super Mario RPG, there's mini games that, of sorts, that like break the standard either platforming or RPG. Like in Super Mario RPG, there was the whole cart ride. In Superstar Saga, there was also like a cart ride down the mountain as well, and other mini games that you would play. And I guess that's one thing that the Paper Mario series never had. Not that that's a bad thing, because Paper Mario kinda, not that Mario Luigi doesn't have a story, but Paper Mario kind of, you know, the way they present it in a story fashion, and Mario and Luigi games, though more so the first one than the latter, are kind of really wacky, so they don't try and have a, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but anyway, where the crag you guys from? Seriously, who are you, brah? So this is one of Flint's crew members. He has a, I think it's a boom, is it? What it's called? Boom mic. So he knows, we know who the director is. Oh, that's where he is. Thanks. Hornfels, head back now. But first, you see other crew Kragons with little sprout. Yeah, they're just talking about the Floro Kragons. So you don't want to attack them, basically. Crag you later. I'm not sure where. I guess Crag is from Kragons, but and, I mean, I guess like we're humans, right? So you don't hear us saying who you later or something, or whom you later. It's funny like that they say that, but I don't know. If you think about it logically. Though then again, I'll get people saying, oh no, don't think about it logically. I only do that because it's, you know, interesting to pick apart, like, you know, it's kind of funny when you really think about something. Like, for example, Pokemon, a lot of the Pokédex entries, if you are really, this is kind of off topic, but like, for example, Delibird. Pokédex entries is it carries food to its young kids on a mountainside or something like that with its stuff in its bag. But when you think about it, you're going to kill it or beat it up and then capture it. And if you don't capture it, you're still beating it up. So if you capture it, it will never be able to feed its kids, and you're going to basically kill a family of young Delibirds by capturing one of the Delibirds. There are definitely, like, in general though, like, there are some Pokemon that aren't even that you have to think about it, like, some of the new ones. In fact, I've been playing Black and White. I haven't gotten that far, no spoilers. You could say, well, Pokemon doesn't have that much story. I hear this one has a little bit more, and I've only beaten the first gym so far. I've had Pokemon Black. But, so far, the game is, quite good. I am enjoying it, but the Pokédex entries, there's some really, you know, disturbing Pokédex entries. My friends were actually telling me some of them, and like one of them is this Pokemon is basically it's the spirit of a human. It's a spirit that used to be human, and the mask it carries is its human face, and sometimes it looks at it and cries. It's just really kind of dark and depressing. I mean, there's always been that in Pokemon too, with like Cubone, but my thought is like, what are the like, I would love to just be one of the translators for these games and being like, what is the most depressing Pokédex entry I can write? That's what, like, some of them are. Or just, not even depressing, but disturbing, I guess. But in terms of the game, though, I really enjoy it. And so far, I'd say it's just the experience. I mean, from what I've been playing right now, a lot of the stuff I've really liked, you could say, is superficial. Like, I liked it when you go in the first town and you can tell someone to play the piano and it will change the game's music. Just the fact that the Pokemon animate during battle, and you can say, oh, that's just a coat of paint. It's not all that, you know, it doesn't affect the game, but you know what, it does. Oh, first let's talk to this guy. Hey, you not mind-controlled? You escaped from processing center, brah. Monzo may ought to take director there. Maybe Sprout. Yeah. So yeah, the crewmen don't really like Flint Cragley. He's kind of absent-minded, I guess. But either way, though, they do need to go back to him. Monzo bet he forgot 1 second later. Yeah. So Flint Cragley is a little bit absent-minded. Anyway, though, So yeah, the thing with Pokemon is, or just in general, you could say that it's just a coat of paint that's it doesn't affect the game. But think about this: strip a game, take like a Mario, or even this game. Okay, strip this game of all of its artwork, make it just boxes. Just Mario-shaped boxes, stuff like that, just very simple shapes. Strip it of its music, strip it of any dialogue, and make it simply gameplay. And how exciting of a game is that? I mean, you would still be playing the same game. The gameplay would be exactly the same. You just wouldn't have any of the character designs. You wouldn't have any dialogue. Or the dialogue would be very simple, rather. And the music would be absent. I mean, people who say, well, music, it's not necessary. No, it's not necessary, but it adds to a game. I feel that taking away music, taking away the graphics, really, I know gameplay is important, but honestly, the more I've been thinking about it, the more I've come to the conclusion that ultimately all parts of a game are, for the most part, equally important. Now, when I say graphics are important, again, I want to specify, I don't mean realistic graphics. I mean just artwork in general and how it works with the game. Any style of graphics is fine. Kirby's Epic Yarn has great graphics. It's Yarn style. Does that mean it's bad? No, they use the Yarn to its advantage. But my problem is people are like, they're realism whores where they want to do specifically only realistic. I don't really support that. I think any style is fine. It's how you use that style in the game. And Cragley is ranting again. I mean, I can relate, but... So, do you have the key? So, he doesn't have the key, and neither does Hornfels, because he never gave him the key, and, was it Monzo? I think, yeah, Monzo. He doesn't have the key because, Cragley told him to have the key, but, he had the key, but Cragley took the key from him, I believe. Had key, but not have key. You lost it? A tragic crew blunder ruins Cragley. Had the gods of adventure forsaking us? Nah, brah, see, Cragley say you lose this, so Cragley hold on to it. Cragley got key, brah. Preposterous. If such a claim were true, then there would be evidence in my pocket, which there isn't. What's this? Here, got a key. Cragley ho. A miracle struck, as if by magic, the long-lost key had returned to my pocket. The cave defied Cragon comprehension. It was a place of purest miracles. He's so full of himself. He reminds me of, like, what's the guy? Gilderoy Lockhart from Harry Potter. Or Hercule from Dragon Ball Z, who is just like, they think he's not as bad as them. The Hercule was good. Gilderoy Lockhart was just a loon, but, in fact, they think they're so great, and in reality they're not all that amazing. They're just kind of phonies. I kind of like that character, even though it's overused and they're kind of lame and predictable. I still like it, that kind of characterization. But anyway, so with Pokemon, the graphical differences, the story differences, the music differences, you could say that it's all just a coat of paint, but it's not just pretty. It doesn't just look pretty, it adds to the game. There's other things that are good at the game, but the thing is, the gameplay of Pokemon is good as it is. You could make the claim that you could change stuff, and it's not broken, so don't fix it, which is what I would say they're doing, is it's not broken, so don't fix it. What they're doing, though, is they made other changes to enhance the game that I think worked pretty well. I think that's the thing with shooters. I know I'm hard on shooters, and I'm not a fan of them, but I think personally, the gameplay for shooters, from what I've seen, works well. There's no real reason to change it, but a lot of shooters seem the same. The way I think they can fix that is graphics, story, music, and what it seems is, and correct me if I'm wrong, and this is not the case for all shooters, but I'm mostly thinking of Call of Duty and Call of Duty and Medal of Honor and those kind of games, mostly Call of Duty, but they seem to just have the same kind of graphical style. They have, a lack of music sometimes, and the story's not all that entertaining. I mean, honestly, as much as I'm not a fan of the franchise, Halo seems to be more interesting than, that's a shooter that I actually, even though I can't get into, I'm interested in playing because, it's more intriguing. It has stuff that would keep me interested. I mean, the gameplay can be pretty much the same for a shooter. I think the thing that they need to work on is the other elements of a game to improve upon them, because, or not improve upon, but to make their game unique. I guess that's the thing, is graphics and music, the gameplay can be the same as a bunch of other games, but the other elements of a game can make your game more unique. Like Mario, there can be another game that's exactly Banjo-Kazooie kind of plays exactly like Super Mario 64, but there's elements of that game that make it a ton different. And then there's also other gameplay elements too that make it different. But overall though, it's somewhat similar. Somewhat, not, you know, it's not exactly the same. But I guess my point is, graphics and art and music can influence a game quite a bit. And that's the end of the chapter. So, this has been Maker Hunter reminding you, Crystal.